Hello guys, welcome to Mark Shrimp Tanks. In today's video, right, we're going to check the tanks because I wasn't in here at all yesterday. I didn't even post a video on YouTube because I was so busy, right? So today we're going to check some of the tanks because we did actually add some new shrimp. I think I added probably 40 different shrimp to different tanks. We added more blue bolts, we added more crystals, we added more tangerine tigers, and we added more calcio, right? So this is in a little exchange program that I do with my friend Peter, where we breed shrimp and we exchange some shrimp just to change some genetics, right? But in our haste the other day we didn't drip acclimate them, so I'm a little bit worried this morning that maybe some of them didn't make it. So let's go and have a look, guys, and yeah, let's see what happens. Alright guys, let us have a little look down here. Let us see, we put in about 10 different blue bolts into this tank. I don't see any dead ones, which is good. And the tank is looking really nice actually, so I don't think we have any worries here. The reason you check, guys, is because you don't want to leave any dead bodies in the tank at all, right? So it's just good to have a little squint on the base. The tank is looking really healthy. The shrimp are really dark blue, so this tank is good, I think. Let's have a look at the calcio box, calcio tank even. Yeah, here we go, here's one dead there. I don't see anything else, so yeah, one dead. Let's grab our little net over here. Yeah, and I was kind of in a rush the other day, guys, for reasons I can't fully go into in detail right now, but I'll go into detail a little bit more in the future. It's to do with the houses and stuff, so yeah, it is what it is. So let's get this little fellow out here. Are you still alive? No, you're dead, you're gone. So some of these might have not been purely because I didn't drip acclimate them. Some of them might have been because my friend did mention that he dropped one of the bags, and I think this was one of the bags that were dropped. So one ain't bad. One out of 40 so far. Let's have a little look. I'm going to keep this net on me. I don't see anything else. Nothing. Babies are all doing good. There's nothing in here, but let's just check this one anyway, because if I was going to get any deaths in my tanks, it would be this one. It's the only tank still. This and maybe one of the other tanks is the only tank still. I still get the odd death, but I don't think I see any deaths in here at all today. Got to check the corners. Nothing. We got some new crystals, and there's a dead one right there. Don't see there's anything else. Let's poke this net in here. And guys, I'm actually doing like a fasting thing with my tanks right now, because yeah, you guys are probably sick of me saying this, but if I don't see that the shrimp are destroying the leaves, they won't get any food, right? And we've not fed this tank for a week, and now they are starting to destroy the leaves. You see it? And they're a wee bit more active. Look at this beautiful crown here that we've got as well. Let's get this dead fellow out. So that's 2 from 40, not you, you're a living one. Get out. Doesn't want to get out. Might have to change nets because this one's a bit floppy. You see it? One dead, and of course then there's always shrimp that you don't see, right? So you just have to be diligent. Out you come. Make sure there's nothing in the net. So we have been visiting houses, guy. I wasn't going to mention too much because I don't like to get my hopes up and stuff with houses. We went to see a house the other day, and it was okay. And we decided to just look at the auction and stuff on it, and yeah, the auction and stuff is crazy in Norway. There was the other shrimp that we put in, because we've looked at 3 tanks of another tangerine tigers. You see what I mean? The way we're doing this with our leaves. Let me just check in here as well. I don't think I see anything dead, so that is good. This tank probably needs a water change actually. You can see them all on the leaves here. There's nothing in the net. Right, so now guys, I'm just going to go over the tanks where I would have maybe had a death in the past. just to see. Right, this tank hasn't had any deaths for a long time, but yeah, they're mega active in this one. Nothing in here. This one had 1 death last week, so we're just going to scour the bottom. This one is also getting the fasting treatment that we just talked about. Fasting, you're basically just not feeding the shrimp, guys. So you look at the state of that leaf there, it is munched away to bits. So I put another couple in actually. So this is what you're looking for, guys. Get them to eat all the leaves before you go throwing tons and tons of food. Look at the size of this baby. This must be a newborn. It's a tiny little teeter tot thing. Newborn, maybe a week old, not newborn, because newborn would be even smaller than that, but that is quite small. That is 1 to 2 mil. Newborns are normally a little bit clearer. Just looking in here because we had a die-off in this tank, probably from overfeeding. I don't see any more dead shrimp. Look at the leaf there, you see it? You guys are like, Mark, stop telling us about the leaf. It's quite important, guys. Check out the leaves. No deaths in here. That leaf has been destroyed. It's a very big leaf. So the next thing I expect to see in here is some breeding. So there you have it, guys. We have 2 deaths from 40, which is okay. It's never okay. It's never okay to lose animals, but yeah, it is what it is. There's one more I want to check here this morning before we go into something else, and it is this tank here. Let me just grab any old net because it's just to move things around a little bit. You see, can we put you up here or something? Maybe I can do this with one hand. And yeah, this is a tank that I've had the odd death every other day for a little while. The problem with this tank, guys, is there was just far too many shrimp put in here at once. Remember, because this tank next to it leaked. So this tank is I basically did this tank the worst way possible. Tank was probably ready for shrimp, but we put in far too many. At the time I put in maybe about 50 odd shrimp. 50, 60 shrimp at least. And so far we've probably had about 20 shrimp die in this tank. But there's still a lot of shrimp in here, but yeah, like here, look, here's one death. And it's still looks really whole, guys. And there's a lot of shrimp in here. Now if the shrimp were really hungry, they would eat this to bits. So we still have an issue in some of the tanks where it's just a case of tanks not being ready, or we've been overfeeding them. Let's straighten up this moss that I knocked over. I think, did I knock this over or did it fall over? Moss, Poseidon's. I put in a little platform in here. Let's check under the platform. No dead shrimp. This Poseidon's is really soft. This girl here is buried. Can you see her? I don't know if you can see her in the camera. Way down there, maybe not. Let me just tilt you a little bit. Yeah, this girl here is buried. So that's the first buried one that we've had in this tank. So again, we're doing the same thing. We are fasting the tanks, guys. This one I have no choice. I have to fast it because I can put food in here and the shrimp won't touch it. Which means there's just too much nutrients. There's too much stuff already in there for them. It's too many shrimp basically. Won't be long now until this one next to it here is ready. So we might lighten the load in this one and just spread out the shrimp between them. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get this little fella here flushed. If I can do this without dropping my camera. I had it in the wrong hand, you see. It's flushed just straight down the drain. So that is all we have for today. Let's have a little look at our plants over here because yeah, these have been growing nice. I have to remember, guys, and spray them every other day with some water because they're growing really well in here. I tried doing this immersed just to see what kind of growth we would get. I think this tub was knocked yesterday, so these are a wee bit drier than I would like, but that is some awesome growth. Look, this is basically some leca, which is clay balls. You can use hydroponic balls. You fill it up with water. I think I've been using tank water as well, but I've been making sure, guys, I've been taking the water from my soft water tanks because I know it will be ferret rich. Look at all these new growth. I did this setup maybe not even 2 weeks ago. New leaf, they're growing really nice, right? So The thing that you have to remember when you're doing this is keep them covered and keep the humidity high. Like this, right? So this is actually arrow war in this container. I also use this container here for cleaning the glass in my tanks. Get the humidity up right high. Yeah, but they're growing nice. This wind love is starting to grow as well here, you see it. Get this back on, and this is these plants are just growing here. This is actually on the wrong side, this plate, because they don't you see the gap, look. This is just growing from natural and the ambient light that's in the room. Doing good. I was looking over here as well, because all the teeter tots that you saw in the other video, they're actually becoming quite visible now. You see them on the gravel, all the little tiny babies on the leaves. So that is good. Let's get back up in the chair. So there you have it, guys. We have had 2 deaths from about 40 shrimp, and guys, I suggest you do the same thing. I don't mean kill your shrimp, I mean share your genetics and your shrimp with other people, especially if they live locally, because it just means that you can get better quality shrimp. Their immune systems will be better, because I think it probably is a problem where people breed the same shrimp in the same tanks for years and years and years, and then they start having defects and more defects, health problems and dead shrimp and whatever else, right? So spread the genetics. If you have people that live close to you, suggest to them that they maybe do a little swap with you now and again. That's what I do with my friend here. He actually gives me a lot of shrimp as well, but it works both ways. We appreciate what we do for each other. And guys, as well, I want to thank Pet Tech Sean for giving me a little shout out in his recent video. I will leave a link in the first comment if you want to go over and say hello. And anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Skål!